من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear friends, welcome to Idea Foundation Forum. In the previous two lectures, we discussed connectivity of divine order with the cosmic balance and connectivity of divine order with the earthly balance, cosmic and earthly. If we think on these connectivities and the blessed status of the earth minutely, it may be evidently witnessed that this entire grand plan is to serve humanity, who has been given preferred role to play on the earth. For that, the divine order has provided the earth within its circumference with very special endowments, ensuring necessary provisions, protection, order, and balance for its sustainability so that conducive environment could be established for creation and survival of human life on it. In the upcoming discussion, these facts will be seen in some detail with the perspective of Qur'anic revelations and recent scientific discoveries. So, dear friends, Allah has appointed the man his vicegerent on the earth and conferred a great trust upon him by subordinating to him resources of the whole universe, so that he could serve the cause of Allah and well-being of the mankind in the best manner, perfect manner. To pronounce recognition of the most superior status of the man in the universe, the angels were made to prostrate to Adam. To enable the man perform his task of running affairs of the earth in the way told to him, adequate competence was accorded to him by creating him in the most excellent mold, on the pattern of Allah's nature. Further, he was honored with divine guidance, the soul and intellect to understand the universe and pursue the laws of nature well for the service of the mankind. Dear friends, the Quran reveals this fact in its several verses, that the earth and universe have been made subject to the man, subordination to the man, so that he could observe wonders of the universe created by Allah. Observe, know his absolute authority over his creation, and execute Allah's will as his vicegerent by establishing a society where sovereignty of Allah is recognized, with an environment of peace, justice, and equity for the well-being of mankind. I may quote three of these verses to proceed with the discussion. Ayat 29 of Surah Baqarah reveals that all the resources of the earth have been created for the service of the man. Reference to 7 heavens indicates the protective and recycling systems established through 7 atmospheric layers for the security and sustainability of the earth, aimed at the well-being of the humanity, as discussed in detail in lecture 193. The ayat says, هُوَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ لَكُم مَّا فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا ثُمَّ اسْتَوَىٰ إِلَى السَّمَاءِ فَسَوَّاهُنَّ سَبْعَ سَمَاوَاتٍ وَهُوَ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَلِيمٌ. It is He, Allah, who created for you all of that which is on the earth. Then he directed himself to the heaven and made them 7 heavens, and he is knowing of all things. Ayat 20 of Surah Luqman describes this great trust that was accorded to the man, protective and recycling systems, and variety of endowments, apparent and unapparent, apparent and unapparent, open and hidden, accorded by Allah to man. The word batina means unapparent, which indicates unseen realities of the creation and the divine order. 1500 years ago, when the Quran was revealed, people knew very little of the creation. Despite great expansion of knowledge and intellect over the centuries, the known universe is still a very small fraction of the whole universe. It is only 4% of this small fraction which contains billions of galaxies, small known fraction. 4% of the small known fraction which contains billions of galaxies and trillions of stars. Just imagine the whole universe, which can't be imagined even. Even the great endowments made apparent in the universe and on earth are enough evidence of Allah's existence. However, for the enormity of Allah's unapparent endowments, one can only imagine and be thankful to Him for His immeasurable blessings and love for the humanity. Note the words of the ayat. Alam taraw anna Allah sakhara lakum ma fis samawati wa ma fil arz wa asbagha alaykum ni'amahu zahiratan wa batina, apparent and unapparent. Do you not see that Allah has made subject to you whatever is in the heavens, universe, and whatever is in the earth, and amply, adequately bestowed upon you His favors, both apparent, which can be seen, and unapparent, which has been kept hidden. Ayat 77 of Surah Al-Qasas tells the man 4 principles to dispense with the authority he has been blessed with on the earth as mentioned in earlier 2 verses. Please note the words. Focus on it. وَابْتَغِي فِي مَا آتَاكَ اللَّهُ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةَ وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا وَأَحْسِنُوا كَمَا أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ وَلَا تَبْغِ الْفَسَادَ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُفْسِدِينَ. But seek, search, try to find, but seek through that which Allah has given to you, the home of the hereafter. By utilizing the blessings of this world, try to earn, try to find the home of the hereafter. And yet, important, and yet do not forget your share of the world. Don't ignore it. And do good as Allah has done good to you. And desire not corruption in the land. Indeed, Allah does not like corrupters. Allah subhanahu. Let us briefly re-emphasize the said 4 principles. Firstly, the man should keep in mind that his life in this world is a short span of test and trial. Durable life lies ahead in the hereafter, where his status will be determined on the basis of his performance in dispensing of the authority he has been blessed with. Secondly, it is the balance and equity and order on which the universe and earth sustain. Thus, the man is desired to maintain a balance in the enjoyments of this life and longing for a reward in the hereafter. Both are important. This is what Islam says. Beautiful balance, equilibrium. Thirdly, a criterion of goodness has been determined by saying, do good as Allah has done good to you all. Fourthly, Allah has disciplined billions of galaxies, trillions of stars, and the earth. Likewise, He has desired from the man to establish discipline, order, and equity for the well being of the human society. Just think on it. So, dear friends, so far we have discussed Quranic information revealed 1500 years ago that the earth was purposefully designed with a purpose for the life to exist, especially of the human beings. A strong atmosphere was built over the earth for its protection from destructive activities of celestial giants of the universe and letting in only beneficial matter from them, and it also established recycling systems for sustainability of the earth and continuity of life on it. The man was appointed the vicegerent of Allah on the earth. Resources of the universe were placed at his disposal and extraordinary abilities were accorded to him, enabling him employ these resources for well-being of the humanity. Till recent past, science was reluctant to accept the Quranic view of primacy of the man in the creation of the earth and its significance of the earth among the celestial giants of the universe. But now, science with its emerging new discoveries, has started recognizing special status of the earth in the universe as a caring and stable abode of life, mansion of life, place of life, especially of the human beings. In this context, we mentioned some discoveries in lectures 191 and 193. However, some more scientific findings may be discussed here to further witness the Quranic view that the earth was purposefully designed for serving the human life. Dear friends, as we discussed in lecture 193, there are 4 basic gases in the atmosphere, of which nitrogen is 78%. Oxygen is 21%, and all other gases together are 1%. Since nitrogen is non-reactive gas, try to understand. Since nitrogen is non-reactive gas, it can produce compounds that are destructive for life when they enter into reaction. Thus, despite its abundance and essentiality for life, most of higher organisms including the human being, cannot utilize atmospheric nitrogen directly. To overcome this constraint, this difficulty, it is made to be obtained from food in the form of nitric compounds. Since oxygen is also essential for life, its lesser share in the atmosphere is compensated by making it a reactive gas. Oxygen was 21%, nitrogen was 78%. Its lesser share is compensated by making it a reactive gas. Oxygen reacts with other atoms, organic compounds, and even rocks. Thus, it yields the most basic molecules of life, such as water and carbon dioxide. Besides the reactivity of gases, their present share 78% and 21%. Their present share in the atmosphere is the most appropriate for sustainability of the earth and life on it. Other planets in the solar system are devoid of oxygen. There is no oxygen. Thus, life does not exist there. If there is more oxygen in the atmosphere, means over and above the present share, it will cause quicker oxidation, sooner erosion of rocks and metals, and earlier decay of the earth, leading to the demise of life. If we have a little less oxygen, what will happen? It will make respiration harder. We will not be able to have proper respiration. It will produce less of ozone gas, reducing protection against invasions of solar ultraviolet rays that will cause living things to vanish. And more ozone, more than the balance, would prevent the sun's heat reaching the earth and thus will be fatal for life. This is importance of the balance created by Allah subhanahu. Carbon dioxide has similar delicate balance, very calculated, precise. Plants absorb the sun's radiation, heat through this gas, mix it with water, form bicarbonate that dissolves rocks and rocky land and release oxygen back into the atmosphere for the use of humanity. Likewise, ecological balance is crucial for sustainability of the earth. Thus, atmosphere's balancing and protective features make the continuation of life possible on the earth. So, my dear friends, another wonderful information. Unevenness of surface of the earth. Unevenness of surface of the earth due to oceans and mountains maintains a balance of heat between the poles and the equator that makes life to exist on the earth. There is a heat difference of 120 degrees centigrade between the poles and equator. Had the surface been even, not uneven, the whole surface had been even, flat, there would have been heavy storms at 1000 km/h, causing total destruction of the atmospheric equilibrium, existence of the earth, and life on it. Just imagine. This is the balance created by the divine order. In the oceans, the excess heat formed at the equator in between, is channeled to north and south due to the properties of liquids, and thereby the heat difference is balanced, is equated. Likewise, an appropriate flow of air, which is basic element of life, has become possible only with the establishment of thousands of physical and ecological balances. Just imagine, thousands of balances, thousands of physical and ecological balances. Relative sizes of the sun and the earth and distance between them are significant factors for the atmospheric balance and sustainability of the earth and life on it. So, dear friends, atmospheric shield comprising of 7 layers protects the earth against destructive invasions of the celestial bodies, as sunbursts were mentioned in lecture 193. Another of such invasions is the solar winds. Such winds are made up of protons and electrons moving at a speed of 1.5 million kilometers per hour. Here, the Van Allen belts created by the magnetic field of the earth, 40,000 miles above its surface, come for the rescue of earth. When the solar wind in the form of a rain of particles runs into this magnetic field, it decomposes and flows around this field. And finished. The atmosphere absorbs most of the X-rays and ultraviolet rays emitted by the sun. Without this absorption, life on the earth would have been impossible. It was specific composition of the earth's core to form the magnetic field and ability of the atmosphere to filter harmful rays that made the earth stable and peaceful abode for the human life. None of other planets was endowed with all the earthly features which lead to believe that the earth was specially designed for human life. For instance, the entire core of the planet Mars is solid, and its size is not big enough to generate required pressure to form liquid part of the core, a prerequisite for the formation of magnetic field. Thou, Venus, the other neighboring planet, Venus is of the size of the earth, yet it has no metallic liquid part in its core. Moreover, its rotation is much slower as compared to the earth. The earth completes its rotation about its axis in one day, 24 hours. Venus does so in 243 days, very, very slow. The sizes of the moon and other neighboring planets and their distance to the earth are also important for the existence of magnetic field. If one of these planets, Venus or Mars, had been bigger than its present size, it would have caused it to have a greater gravitational force. A neighboring planet with such a large gravitational force would have changed the velocity of the liquid and solid parts of the Earth's core and prevented the formation of a magnetic field in its present form. Thus, the earth has all the features required for formation of a magnetic field, such as the appropriate structure of the core, rotational speed, distance from the sun and between planets, etc., while no other planet has all such features. Thus, it was the divine order whereby necessary, protective, and recycling features were purposefully set in to equip the earth with all the provisions to make it a perfect environment where the man was to be led to act as vicegerent of Allah as revealed in the verses of the Quran. To appreciate the relationship of human life and creation of the earth, I may suggest revisiting lectures 165 to 173 and 191 to 193. Dear friends, we conclude our discussion here. These programs are recorded both in Urdu and English. Their videos can be watched on ideafoundation.com.pk website or its YouTube channel and Facebook. Their written versions are also available on the Idea Foundation's website. Please note code number of this program Idea 2 R23 or lecture number 195. All friends are requested to subscribe the Foundation's YouTube web channel for the benefit of this noble cause. Thank you friends for participation. Allah Hafiz.